With the price of Magic the Gathering products creeping up every year, it's time to look around. It's time to see if there are any good bargains out there that you, the player, might be interested in. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. MTG Moxman here. Thanks for stopping by the channel today. Bargain basement hunting is not always an easy thing to do. In the early days of Magic, you could get away with some really crazy deals about 10 years ago. Those deals don't really exist the way we remember them at stores like Toys R Us or Walmart, but there are still deals out there. Let's face it, play booster boxes represent the next level of Magic the Gathering. Whether we like it or not, the price is higher, and the product EV still seems to be on par with what it was 10 years ago. But that's where things can get interesting because you can go back to an older product and possibly find a very good deal with some very good EV inside and a lot of single cards you might actually need, because when new products come out as fast as they are right now, there is always that window of opportunity for old products which have slowly been rising in value to have been forgotten, and other products totally just being shelved. Like there's nothing there to look at. I've done this myself. I've made this mistake. So today I'm going to show you a couple of products and maybe get your blood churning a little bit for some of these older products. Let's take a look at the first one here. And it's not going to look glorious, I'll tell you that. This is the Brothers War Jumpstart Booster Box. $89.95 Canadian. Remember, the prices I'm showing you right now are Canadian. I will tell you if it's US. Now, for a Canadian price like this, guys, if you want the US price, you would knock off 30%. But I'll tell you right now, if you go on Amazon.com, you can find this for $69.95. Now, the reason I'm showing you this box is when you actually take a look at how the value of this set has kind of paired off, it's hanging in there with an average price of 82 bucks. That's pretty good, isn't it? For the actual average of it, to see this thing kind of go up and down little tiny bits, but stay fairly steady, and recognizing the cards inside, things like City Leveler, like there are decent cards inside this set. The Portal to Phyrexia, like when we look at some of these cards, we can remember how great they were when we played the set. But you forget about the value later on because the money moved on. There's a lot of good cards in the $5, $10, $15 range inside the Jumpstart. And guess what? There is just as many bad cards, but we're not done. Don't worry. I'm going to take it there because, of course, I've got to show you guys the Brothers War Draft Booster Box. Same situation. This thing's $134.95, okay? That's the cheapest price here in Canada right now, as far as I can tell. When you look at that price of 134, here in I guess in the US it'd be like $100, 105. When you look at that price, and again, the same cards are going to be inside. Now, the thing about the Jumpstart Booster Box, don't forget you can slap that sucker together and you can just put two decks and play. When you look at here on a draft box, you could draft this as an experience, have a good time, have lots of cards left over, but you could also cherry pick out any value cards to actually get some revenue back from the purchase and the experience of a set like this. And I think that's something that is understated a lot, where players are always looking for a certain EV value. But the funny thing is with the EV value, this thing really hasn't really dipped down too far. It's actually in a bit of a recovery mode right now. And comparatively speaking, this is a better deal than any of the new Play Booster boxes due to the price disparity. I want you guys to remember that, okay? Because the price is different on a Play Booster box of 36 packs. That price is different. But the cards inside's values have not changed, which means the Brothers War cards can be just as valuable as Bloomburrow. You just got to take a look at the cards, and you'll see when you look at the spreadsheets of all the rares, all the mythics, kind of average everything out, it doesn't really go the way you think, does it? And that makes it interesting to go back and take a look at some of these products. But that's just a couple of draft boxes I'm sharing with you. That may not be your thing. Now, I'm not fond anymore of these big bad boys. When you look at the Modern Masters type things, because they've reprinted them so much, the values dropped off just off a cliff face. And the premium price made it so expensive, players didn't want to buy it anymore. But good things come to those who wait. And although I'm not fond of it, that's irregardless of the point that I have to share with you what's going to happen here. Guys, take a look at this product. This is Iconic Masters. I remember opening it and getting horrible packs. I think I got a Mana Drain. I was very happy because it was expensive at the time. This thing is $319 Canadian, which puts it at around 250 Canadian, 250 US, a little bit less. Okay, if you were going right now on Amazon, it's 269.99 plus any shipping and fees, same as here as in Canada. But the thing about boxes like this, the thing that people forget now, is the sheer quantity of cards that can go across this board. Okay, this thing has a lot. Everything you can see here. Voron clicks the voice of hunger. You got Kiki Jiki. You've got Mana Drain, Avacyn, which of course is coming back around again right now. Necropotence. This is just one page. Angel of Thune. Look at the spreadsheet here of how some of the value, Elish Norn, anyone, has slowly been creeping up. This is just one page of many that are inside a set like this. When you spend that money, which is relatively close to a play booster box, and is definitely less than, of course, a collector box, this only has 24 packs, but the potential value swing is so much more in favor of a set like this now. And when you take a look at the spreadsheet of how this thing's been averaging out, it's right on with the cost of it, but that's the US price. The average US price says $233.99. That'd be well over $300 around Canadian price. And you can see it's around that same price now, which means you're going to break even. But if you hit a few big cards, you can have the experience of playing it and still get money back. But even better yet, you might find cards you actually need for something you're building or be able to enjoy and sell off later. It's kind of like that double win. And that's what's happening with a lot of the Master Series products right now. When you take a look at Ultimate Masters, Modern Masters, whatever one, yes, there's a couple that are going to be lower than others. And yes, the problem is that the price have stayed stale so long that the newer products coming out, the play boosters, the collector boxes, are at such a premium now. They're starting to make these older Master Series products look like a bit of a deal. And I think that chasm between the two is going to get bigger. I think these modern products may actually start looking like a better and better deal as the next year or two goes by, because Wizards is going to introduce things like the Marvel platform, like Final Fantasy. Some of these things are going to be at jacked up prices due to licensing rights. Whereas the original modern stuff, they owned it all. So there was no licensing rights. They just reprinted the cards, put them on new card stock, maybe a little bit of new artwork, charged a premium. It was all their money. Now they got to pay the man and print the cards. So where will that leave you as a player? Shopping around, looking for a good deal. Now, of course, you can look at things like fat packs, what we call them bundle packs now. We used to call them fat packs back in the day. You can look at the bundle packs. You can look at older boxes, but some of these haven't had any flipping value. They haven't flipped over to anything worthwhile, and some of them were quite weakly built, okay? They're not all like big hits. But if you look and take a look yourself at some of the individual cards inside, and even things like Dominaria United, right? Collector boxes in Canada are $259. Used to be $199. There's a chance for an Eternal Legends card in there and stuff. A little bit of a treasure hunt. The idea, the stuff that can be inside there, is something to look at. And before I leave you off here on today's video, Modern Horizons 3 did exceptionally well. I've mentioned it several times, even though it bothers me talking about this price and hammering it home how expensive it is. There's still a lot of good cards in there. And it still sells booster packs to this day. Maybe a little bit less each month, but the fact it's had this long of a good lifespan already gives you a good indicator of where players see the value of some of these cards, the playability, and the joy of just opening a pack. We all get that feeling sometimes, that crack addiction. It may not be like in 1993, we had no idea what you were going to open because everything wasn't spoiled. But going back to one of these old boxes, picking one up and playing with some friends or splitting the cost and sharing the value, there can be a real fun evening or a couple of weekends together, having a good time, experiencing something you may have forgotten about, or as a new player, maybe never had the opportunity to dive into. And at the prices I shared with you guys, I'm going to be curious to see what you guys comment. Do you see it the way I see it, as maybe an opportunity? Even if it's not quite there yet, it's getting closer. Because it looks like Wizards has scaled back a bit on that reprinting, so we'll have to wait and see. Because Universes Beyond isn't about reprinting, is it? The new sets they're doing, they're giving us new cards, but they may end up connecting to old cards. They may bring us back to something that will slowly rise in value that allows them to give us a new reprint set later. I can't wait to see. You guys drop a line, put some comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think about some of these old products. Have you looked at any lately yourself and you thought that's a pretty good deal? or are you hoping to find one or two and pick it up for yourself? Either way, I'm not a fan of those Jumpstart booster boxes, but I know the Dominaria one can have multiple Shieldreds if you get the black packs inside. I've seen it myself in an actual store where they got 2 Shieldreds in a box, and those are like $99. Something to keep in mind. Guys, thanks again for hanging out with me. Thanks for being here on the channel. And of course, we're at the end of the video. And if you're going to be shopping on TCG Player, don't forget to use my affiliate link. It's found in the description of my channel right there at the very beginning. You click that link, takes you to TCG Player. Anything you buy using my link, we get a kickback of 3.5%. Lets me buy prizes for the channel, help with shipping and stuff like that. And of course, if you enjoyed hanging out with the Moxman, don't forget, guys, like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notification bell. I put out new content every single day. And of course, we're only 440 subs away from getting to 26,000, man. 30,000 might be a big deal. We're closing in on target 0. It's epic. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Oh, top 10 video. Saturday edition top 10. Which were the hottest selling cards in Magic? Which ones actually sold the most copies? Tune in on Saturday. I will show you some stuff. I'll see you guys soon. Hey, guys. Thanks again for hanging out with Moxman. Thanks for being here at the end of the video, chilling like a villain, and just saying, look at all the patrons. Look at these amazing people who help make my channel possible. Now, of course, it's not just the patrons. YouTube membership members, the people who fund the channel and make sure I can research the topics, look into the data, and follow these sales. Guys, thanks again. I will see you all on Saturday. Don't forget, Sunday is also the live stream. Welcome back to the Ramble Jamble. You are here. Whether you've been invited or not, you found a way to get back here to me. You found a way to sit down, take up a seat, and just chill. And I hope you're happy, because I'm still here at the end, given the boomstick edition to what goes on behind the scenes. Guys, it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be a very productive weekend. Not related to anything else, because you don't know what I'm talking about yet. I understand that. But I want you to think about that. Sometimes being productive can pay off. And when things pay off and things work out, well, we all sometimes can share in a new experience. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too. I hope your curiosity has been piqued. I'll see you guys soon. Have a great one. Oh, I didn't shut it off? What did I forget? Ramble Jamble.